Hello, my lovely Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for October 2023. This is a general reading for you, Scorpio. It's a reading for Scorpio sun, rising and moon sign. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, hitting the notification bell, commenting on my channel. It helps to circulate my channel and helps me bring more of these videos to you. My lovely Scorpio, I've been meditating on your energy for the month of October, and it's an interesting mixed bag of energy. So there's a whole lot of different things that are going to come up here. And they can be polar opposites as well. So it's a really interesting energy around you. There's an energy of potential here. There's potential here of really finding your footing, finding your grounding, really being able to move forward in the direction that you want to move forward in. You're setting an ability to set something up here in October that is for the long haul, if you like, it's going the distance. It's not something that's going to evolve and be very quick in getting the results. It's about endurance. It's about going the distance here as well, which is really interesting. It's also about looking at, Scorpio, looking at yourself. Are you being yourself? Are you being a particular person for others, or are you being true to yourself about your needs and what you want to discover about yourself and how you want to live and what you want to do? Or are you accommodating others, which then in turn, I just get a sense of there's a level of frustration. It brings up a level of frustration of not being able to explore who you are and what you're wanting to do, or even taking the time out to work that out. So if there's that frustration or that anger or those triggers in you, you need to really look at you and see why that's occurring. Are you choosing, because we always choose to behave in a particular way for others because that's what they expect? Some sort of self-analysis here as well that's happening for you, which is interesting. Let me draw two cards from my saltwater deck. Reading cards. It's a beautiful deck. Let's have a look. This is going to form, two cards fell out. Okay, we'll do that. This is going to form your totem for the month of October. What animal energy, what energy do you have coming in around you? And then I'm going to draw a card from my Divine on Animal Oracle deck. Let's have a look at what's coming through there. Right. And lastly, my Archetypes deck. Let's see what the catalyst is. What energy are you working with? Gee whiz, they're really throwing those cards out today. Okay, let's have a look. Let's read these. You've got the Reef. Abundance. Yeah, see, the reef is always very, very rich with life. It's also very fragile. It's very, very fragile, but there's life there, there's growth there, there's the coral, but it's also vulnerable to its environment. It's vulnerable to global warming. It's vulnerable to what's being put into our waterways and water systems, which bleaches the coral, which then affects the fish. It's a codependent here. The fish and the sea life is dependent on the coral, and it's dependent on the seaweed as well to bring in that abundance. And so it's about working, aligning yourself, working with every aspect of yourself, even working with others, but in a symbiotic way where you are nurturing and caring and looking after each other, because you're dependent on each other. But there's a real sense of abundance here as well. So what is it that you want to create? What do you want to bring in around you? The second card you got, so you've got fish and sea life as part of your totem, which is, you're a water sign, so there's a lot to do with water. And it's interesting here because you've also got the albatross, which flies over water. But this is about endurance. The albatross can actually fly a very long way over oceans where there's no land in sight. The albatross can endure, can fly great distances. So for you, it's about the endurance. This is about recognition of what you want to bring into your life, how you need to work with others or work with yourself or change within yourself to bring about the changes that you're seeking. And that's going to require endurance. It's going to require focus, because there's no instant gratification here. You need to really focus in on what it is you're wanting. Call in the power of the albatross as well. Very important. And then you've got, in my Divine Animal Oracle deck, you've got the wolf, which is authenticity. That's interesting too. It's about being your authentic self, standing your ground, standing firm, being your authentic self, looking at, are you being your authentic self? Are you being a self that is what other people want you to be? Are you pleasing others? Is that why you're off kilter? You know, this is about you being your authentic self, you being focused, you being steadfast. The wolf is very strong, very proud. They work in groups, but they can also hunt solo. So it's about working with others, but you can also be yourself. It's about finding your authenticity. In the face of adversity, wolves are huge. In the face of adversity, being strong, being your authentic self, not being swayed to do what others expect you to do. Because I just feel like, you know, you're trying to please others, but you're being let down. You feel like they're letting you down, because they get on with whatever else they need to get on with, and so you feel like they're letting you down. You've also got the starborn, which is the egg. You know, this is birth. This is the conception. This is when that egg first cracks open and the little bird or chicken or whatever comes out, or when you're born. It's about being when you're starborn, you know what you want to do, you know what your purpose is, you know what you're meant to be doing. This is a time for you to really investigate, what is it that you wanted to do when you were younger? What do you need to reconnect to? What is it that you want to bring up from the past and start it up again? Who's drawing? They're just showing me that, so I'll give you that. But the starborn is, when we are born, we know the stars. They say when you're first born, the stars align for you, and that's your natal chart. That's how you're going to be affected by the astrologically by the planets. That you also have your plan. You know what you're meant to be doing in this lifetime. But also, when you're a child, you know what you want to do. What do you want to revisit? What's going to come up here for you? Take the time out. Be your authentic self. Investigate what it is you're wanting to investigate and pursue. Very important. That's going to be very important for you, my lovely Scorpio. Now, let me create a Celtic cross, and I will show you what these cards are as I get them, as I read them. See, there's great potential this month for you, even in this Celtic cross as I'm seeing it. There's just great potential here to really explore, be your authentic self, create what you want to create, reconnect with the past, with what you wanted to do as a child, or some project that is following you, that wants to come up. You've got the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is about planning. It's about passion. It's about enthusiasm. It's about life's purpose. It's about being strategic. It's about really nothing you're doing in haste. Although Wands is about speed, it's about quickness, but this card in particular is about let's process, let's think about, let's plan what we want to do what you want to do moving forward. What's your next move? What is it you're needing to learn? So being your authentic self, what you want to create with abundance. What did you want to do in the past? It's going to be reborn for you, and reconnect with you. This is the endurance. This is building it up slowly. But then you've got the Knight of Wands. So as you get into October, it's then, okay, let's start moving forward. Let's bring in those changes. There's a driving force to bring in the changes, to pursue your new project, to pursue what you want to create, to change how you work, where you work. Maybe you want to retire, what course you may be working at something, but think, oh, this is not what I want to do for the rest of my life. I'm going to restudy, relearn something that is close to my heart, that I want to do, that I want to work with. There's new knowledge here. This is speed. This is swiftness. This is new skills, new knowledge, new learning coming up here for you, a new way of communicating. It's very much a time of action. It's very much a time of action. Beginning of October, you sort of hit the ground running. You hit the ground running in October. Absolutely, because you've also got the Page of Swords. And so, you hit the ground running, but then you also, on a subconscious level, there you're processing. You're thinking about, what is my life like? What do I want to change? What plans do I want to make? What is it that I want to do? So there's this sort of deeper, as I said to you in the beginning, there's all these multi-levels here in October. There's this time of action, but there's also this time of planning and this time of self-analysis and investigation of, what have I set myself up for? When you're not your authentic self, you attract people because you're not resonating to your authentic self. You attract people that also don't resonate with you, the true you. And so it does really pay off to be your authentic self, discover who you are, what you're wanting and how you want things done. They're also telling me here, Scorpio, it's okay to say, no, that doesn't suit me. That can't happen. Set your boundaries. I don't want that anymore. If you've got a void where you need others to fill this space for you, you need to investigate that as well. Why can't you fill that yourself? I just got that, so I will give it to you. You've also got the Sun. Whatever you want to put in place, being your authentic self, making the changes you want to make are really going to pay off. Things will become much clearer for you. You will know what your direction is. You will know what you want to do. You will know how you want to move forward, what you want to put in place moving forward. You'll know all of those things. The Sun is tremendously positive. So whatever it is you want to do, go ahead and do it. But you need to, though, not do it flippantly, haphazardly. It really needs to be a process. You've got the albatross. It's a time of endurance. It's a time of going the distance and really fulfilling that. Be prepared for things to crumble and fall away as you make those changes as well. It's going to be a time of taking time out. I feel like some of you are going to go away on a vacation or a holiday. There's some sort of travel coming up, just sort of taking yourself out of your everyday environment to something different, something new. This is a time of meditation and recovery. You could have a cold, you could feel under the weather, you could feel like, I just want to stay in bed and read a book all day. Do it, go for walks, break the routine. There's a break in the routine, doing things differently, going to places that are different as well is going to pay off for you. You also have the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is starting to turn in your favor. Life is changing. There's no status quo here in October. There is change coming. Life is changing around you. And so as the wheel turns, things are going to fall off the wheel, but then you'll pick up other things. So I feel like things are going to fall away, but new things will come up as the wheel. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing as the wheel turns. So the Wheel of Fortune is a good thing to have. There's change afoot, but it's good change. It brings in positive change. It's about self-love. It's about self-worth. It's about newness. It's about crossing a new threshold, feeling confident about yourself, self-love. If you're looking for a relationship, there's a great potential here for a relationship, either platonic or romantic. There's new contacts coming in, new avenues, new areas opening up for you. There's a lightness and enlightenment coming here as well. So this is a new turning. It's a turning point. Aces are always about new beginnings, a new turning point, a new energy coming in around you. Absolutely. So there's tremendous positiveness here. You've got the Empress. Anything you want to do, this is the birth of a child, the birth of a new idea, the birth of new plans, the birth of new you, which brings in a wealth of joy and happiness and abundance around you. It could also be a new business, a new line of work that you're starting, a new study that you're undertaking. It's really going to bring in a richness into your life. Absolutely, absolutely. It's there's success here that takes you into November, which is, this is also part of your birth year as well. When we get to the last week, which is, a turning point, the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Cups and the Empress and success here, recognition by your peers, people cheering you on, could even be spirit cheering you on. This takes you through to your birth year, which is opening up new beginnings. It's an absolutely fabulous time to rediscover yourself. Rediscover yourself. I love that. I love that. Divine abundance. Let's have a look. What have you got? You've got faith here. My lovely Scorpio, you've got faith. And birds. So you've got birds around you. This is all part of your totem. Miraculously, amazingly, everything I need always comes. Love is opening me to receive beyond anything I imagine. There it is. Have faith that how you're feeling, what your work you're needing to do, what's opening up for you is meant to be. You've got the lotus here, which is about meditation. It's about the inner self, your intuition, working with all of that as well. I wish you love, light and many blessings, my lovely Scorpio. Happy journeying through October. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, you can follow the link below to my website and book a reading from there.